Oh my god, Game Studios. Can you hurt our hearts anymore with witches? Without further ado, we got more witch reveals last night. So let's go over this. So, obviously this Legion's with the G2. That was a Soul Blast unit, and you call G0 from the drop. But let's see what this Legion does. When this unit Legions, so it kept the TCG effect, your opponent's Vanguard gets minus 5,000 power. If your opponent has a 2 or more grade 0 rear guard, two or more grade zeros, then the unit gets minus 10,000 power. So pretty much you'll be hitting guaranteed on a VP farmer attacker. Also has this effect that isn't bound by Legion. Counterblast 2, retire a witch rear guard, reveal 5 cards from the top of your opponent's deck, choose a random grade 3. I hate the random part because I'd rather not be random and let me just choose his heal so I can win the match and go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? Choose a random grade 3, call it to a rear guard circle with your opponent's rear guard. Then unit becomes 5,000 power, grade 0 with boost and no ability. And your ability, so pretty much Fiona already confirmed how this effect was going to go. And the CB2 effect stayed intact, making it one of those effects that you just use when you can. And this is how you can countercharge, so on and so forth. Since you are trying to get rid of an intercept, keep in mind this is still RNG dependent. It is random. But when it comes to Legion, yeah, it's not so random anymore because, believe it or not, in Legion, you call out the triggers. Now, hypothetically speaking, this is good against the decks that are getting close to decking out because if they have nothing but their triggers, you call out their triggers and then you do some damage, and then if they have nothing but triggers and you know their draw count, you can definitely deck them out somehow at 4 damage. But like I said, this character obviously is random. A CB2 without... it's a gamble retire, pretty much. You're gambling retire on the Vanguard. You're pretty much gambling getting rid of a trigger and retiring a unit for CB2. I mean, I don't know if I like my odds here because those are very situational. Well, let's see what the G2 does. Inspection Witch. Deirdre. If your Vanguard is a bitch. Holy, what the hell? If your Vanguard's a witch, Counterblast 2. To choose a random grade 3 or grade 4 in your opponent's draw zone and call to a rear guard. With your opponent's rear guard, that unit becomes 5,000 power, grade 0. So as you can tell, this did what we actually thought it was going to do. It was going to call from the drop zone a G3 and turn into a G0. But what we didn't see was it was going to be CB2. It used to be Soul Blast 1, but they made it CB2. Yeah, Curse Lancer. He's just looking better and better every day. He just is. What can I say? That we're going to need a lot of counter charge for this deck. This barely helps for a net main play. We actually have to pitch one for a CB1, and then we pitch. This is bound by a witch, sorry. I just like making fun of this because my friend translated this, and I thought that was hilarious. So the fact is, you need a witch. You need a witch to even do this effect number 1. So you can't mix this with even Mordred to even do Mordred plays or anything like that in between. This just confirms that the G1 witch version of this is going to be CB2 as well. Nothing we can do about that. They're really trying to really stab us witches. It's like a Salem witch trial or something when it comes to these units, I'm telling you. Because Rias is nice and all, it downcreases the unit. But we have to retire, again, CB2 to get a possible retire versus a guaranteed CB2 like Deirdre. It's really tough, man. Honestly, it really is, because Deirdre is good because it's almost guaranteed. And then you can minus the 5,000 power if you feel like it. But counterblasting 4 just to call 2 G0s, obviously, that's what they're trying to tell you. But with Fiani, the way Fiani works, I mean, you saw it. She requires a CB3, and, you know, this being a CB2 is not helping. So what do we do about this? What can we really say about witches in general? There's so much more CB heavy now that it's impossible to even pull off a net main play. Their counter charger requires you to have your opponent to have 2 G0s. So again, 2 G3s that turn into G0s. And you'll be able to counter charge. Well, not so. Hopefully, it's not counter charge, soul charge 1. Because why would I want to soul charge and deck out for no reason if we have no good soul blast units that can only be used by calling and stuff? And you took out most of the soul blast units in general. The whole point was the soul blast and then Legion, but they took out the whole soul blast mechanic for witches in general. I gotta say, they have some nerve. They really do. The fact that they did this, they have really, really some nerve. It's not nice. It really isn't. It is not a good feeling. I'm not happy about that. It's not what I was hoping for, but face it, witches were good in TCG. But in Zero's format, they aren't really translating well. They're not. Because the CB2 is heavy as crap. And all it takes is one heal from your opponent who's been legioning back his heals to really say, haha, you lose. But like I said, since they are legioning, and if you technically do the CB2 effect, you are going to guarantee yourself a trigger. Keep that in mind. Zero's RNG, and I finally watched the Springfest, by the way, 2021. Holy crap. The fact that Secret Mirror can go on forever is not fun. Game studios, please relook over that match. That shouldn't even exist. It's a mobile game. My matches should be fast and loose, not slow and steady. So there's that. But anyways, witches have some growing up to do. And that growing up being, how many CC charges are we really going to use? We might be using 8. We run so many CB, and technically, like I said, this isn't bound by Legion, this CB2 effect. So technically, you could just keep killing triggers, hit with a counter charger, keep killing triggers, hit with a counter charger. You just keep playing musical chairs with your CB at the end of the day if you're able to spam it, which you could. Because this isn't bound by Legion versus Fianna, which is. And it's when you Legion, you do the effect. So what can I really say? Honestly, witches get stitches, but, you know, we're going to have to see how these play out in the future. Obviously, we need to see what more support they're going to get. But we won't be seeing that till, you know, the actual set release. So we're going to have to just live with the fact that very CB deck. Jesus Christ. So many counter judges we're going to have to use at the end of the day. And we'll try to find space for Nemain. I mean, it's like a big yikes. Honestly, this just makes me not want to run any type of aggressive triggers. I'm going back to Draw Turbo. Because I can't rely on Nemain anymore due to the fact that everything costs CB2 and CB3. Even the G2 costs CB2. Cordry's a CB1. Seriously. Novella's CB1. Oh, because this has to be a CB2? This could just be Soul Blast 1? Just to keep the deck in flow, but you could have made it at CB1. At least been nice about it. But I guess the whole counter charge thing wouldn't work out, right? Yeah. So they want you to do a lot, because there are going to be G0s that do stay out in the field. Like I said, the Seeker matches, they usually keep their resist unit out long enough for you to counter charge. So I guess, again, they're making you play with luck versus the skill portion of what made witches witches. It's pretty much the scary thing. And I mean, if I do run Mordred, then these cards become vanillas till I break right a witch. But yeah, it's like still. Yeah, there's like, it's really sad to see this, really. It's kind of sad, but we're going to make do with what we got. We're going to use the counter charges. We're going to swing, and then we're just going to see how this plays out. Honestly, Set Tiny is setting me up for like very, very tough deck profiles, number one. And number two, there's so much CB heavy in this set that it's not even a joke. Big yikes. Anyways, guys, I'll see y'all another time. Thanks for watching. Y'all be good. Stay tuned for tomorrow reveal. Be safe, and until next time, peace out.